Welcome to Iceland, a land born from the fury of volcanoes and meticulously sculpted by the patient, grinding power of ice. Here on this island adrift in the North Atlantic, the very building blocks of our planet are laid bare. It is a place of profound and dramatic contrasts, where fire and frost are locked in an eternal creative dance. Ancient glaciers, vast sheets of ice that have witnessed millennia, inch their way towards volcanic fields that still steam with primal heat. Roaring waterfalls, fed by this endless melt, carve their way through black basalt, their thunderous calls echoing across the valleys. In summer, the sun barely dips below the horizon, bathing the landscape in the ethereal glow of the midnight sun, while in winter the heavens ignite with the celestial ballet of the northern lights. This is not merely a sightseeing tour, it is an expedition into the wild soul of a nation. Our journey will take us from the celebrated landmarks that have captured the world's imagination to the secluded hidden gems that whisper the island's oldest secrets. We will traverse landscapes that feel both ancient and unfinished, a world still in the throes of creation. From the vibrant artistic heart of its capital to the desolate lunar-like expanse of its highlands, we will witness the raw, untamed power that has shaped this extraordinary place. This is a land that demands to be felt, not just seen. So I invite you to join me. Pack your spirit of curiosity, your thirst for adventure, and a deep appreciation for the sublime. Together, we will venture through one of the most visually stunning, geologically active, and profoundly moving places on Earth. We will listen to the stories told by the rocks, the ice, and the sky. This is Iceland, a testament to the enduring, awe-inspiring power of nature, and our journey into its heart begins now. Our exploration begins here in Reykjavik, the world's northernmost capital city. It may seem a world away from the untamed wilderness that defines Iceland, yet this city is intrinsically linked to the land's powerful character. It is a hub of creativity, a beacon of warmth and colour against a backdrop of often stark and dramatic landscapes. The very air seems to hum with an artistic energy, a modern vibrancy that has grown in harmony with the ancient sagas that echo through its history. Its streets are a canvas, adorned with vibrant murals and quirky sculptures, each telling a story. Dominating the skyline is the magnificent Hallgrímskirkja church, its unique architecture designed to mimic the basalt columns formed by cooling lava, a constant, beautiful reminder of the island's volcanic origins. Standing before it, one feels the connection between human ingenuity and the natural forces that inspire it. Down by the waterfront, the Sun Voyager sculpture, a skeletal Viking longship, points towards the endless horizon, symbolizing the promise of discovery and the spirit of adventure that is so deeply ingrained in the Icelandic soul. Nearby, the Harpa Concert Hall glitters, its glass facade reflecting the shifting light of the sky and sea, another masterpiece of design inspired by the island's geology. But Reykjavik is more than just a feast for the eyes, it is the gateway to the flavors of Iceland. It's here that one can begin to understand the nation's relationship with its environment through its cuisine. From restaurants serving lamb raised in the Highlands to the freshest seafood brought in from the cold Atlantic waters, the city offers a taste of the land and sea. It serves as our base camp, a place to prepare and provision before we venture out from this pocket of civilization into the vast, wild theatre of Iceland's natural wonders, where the true epic begins. Just a short journey from the capital, we find ourselves in a landscape that seems to belong to another world. Amidst a field of black, moss-covered lava rock, a plume of steam rises, beckoning us towards one of Earth's most extraordinary geothermal spas. The Blue Lagoon, the sight is surreal, almost otherworldly. The water, a milky, opaque shade of blue, contrasts starkly with the dark volcanic rock that contains it. This is not merely a pool, it is a direct connection to the planet's geothermal heart. A place where the superheated, mineral-rich seawater from deep within the Earth comes to the surface to create a natural sanctuary. To step into these waters is to experience a unique and profound sensation. The warmth envelops you, a constant, comforting embrace against the crisp Icelandic air. The water is rich in silica and minerals, which give it its distinctive color and its renowned healing properties. Here, people from all over the world gather, their faces coated in the white silica mud, sharing a moment of collective wonder and relaxation. An in-water bar serves drinks, adding a touch of modern luxury to this primal experience. But the true magic lies in the simple act of floating, weightless, in water heated by the very furnace of the planet. As steam swirls around you, blurring the line between the water and the sky, the experience becomes truly magical. In winter, snowflakes might drift down, dissolving instantly as they touch the warm surface. In summer, under the lingering light of the midnight sun, the lagoon takes on an ethereal glow. It is a testament to Iceland's unique geology, a place where the immense power of volcanism is harnessed not for destruction, but for healing and tranquility. The Blue Lagoon is an essential Icelandic ritual, a baptism in the lifeblood of the land itself. We now venture onto the Golden Circle, Iceland's most celebrated route, and for good reason. It is a compact and breathtaking showcase of the elemental forces that have defined this island nation. Our first stop, Þingvellir National Park, is a site of immense geological and historical significance. Here, the Earth's crust is literally tearing itself apart. We are standing in a rift valley directly between the North American and Eurasian tectonic plates. You can walk the paths where the land is visibly splitting, a powerful, tangible demonstration of continental drift. It is a humbling place to stand on the seam of the world. But Þingvellir is not just a geological marvel. It is the hallowed ground of Icelandic history. It was here over 1,000 years ago that the Alþingi, one of the world's first democratic parliaments, was established. Chieftains from across the land would gather in this natural amphitheatre to make laws and settle disputes. As you walk through the Almannagjá Gorge, you are treading the same ground as those ancient Icelanders, and you can almost hear the echoes of their debates carried on the wind. It is a place where nature and human history are profoundly intertwined, the very birthplace of a nation. From history we journey to raw geothermal power at the Geysir geothermal area. The ground here is alive, bubbling with mud pots and steaming with fumaroles, the air thick with the smell of sulfur. The area's namesake, the Great Geysir, is now mostly dormant, but its neighbour, Strokka, performs for visitors with remarkable punctuality. Every few minutes the ground trembles slightly, the superheated water in a pool swells into a brilliant blue dome and then erupts skywards in a powerful jet of water and steam. It is a thrilling, primal display. Our final stop is the mighty Gullfoss, the Golden Falls. Here the Hvita River, fed by the Vatnajökull Glacier, plunges in two dramatic stages into a rugged canyon. The sheer volume of water, the thunderous roar, and the mist that hangs in the air create a spectacle of awe-inspiring power and beauty, a fitting finale to this trilogy of natural wonders. The journey along Iceland's south coast is like turning the pages of a grand epic saga written by nature itself. The landscape unfolds in a series of dramatic and unforgettable scenes. The first characters we meet are the waterfalls, each with its own distinct personality. Seljalandsfoss is the ethereal one, a graceful curtain of water that you can famously walk behind. To stand in the cavern behind the falls, looking out through the shimmering cascade at the green landscape beyond, is a truly immersive and almost spiritual experience. It feels as though you have stepped inside the heart of the waterfall itself. Just a short walk from Seljalandsfoss lies a hidden secret, Gljúfrabúi, the canyon dweller. To reach it, one must wade through a small stream into a narrow crack in the cliff face. Inside, a moss-covered chamber opens up where a powerful waterfall tumbles into a small pool, its roar amplified by the stone walls. It is a magical, secluded grotto. Further down the coast, we encounter the mighty Skógafoss. This is a waterfall of pure classical power. A vast, wide rectangle of water plunges 60 meters from the former sea cliffs, creating a constant, thunderous roar and a cloud of mist that often paints a vibrant rainbow on sunny days. A staircase leads to the top, offering a dizzying perspective of its immense force. But the symphony of the south coast is not just about water, it is about the dramatic meeting of land and sea. We arrive at Reynisfjara, the world-famous black sand beach. The sand, formed from eroded volcanic rock, creates a stark, beautiful canvas for the churning white waves of the North Atlantic. Rising from the beach are the Reynisfjara sea stacks, said to be petrified trolls caught by the morning sun, and the cliffs of Reynisfjara mountain feature spectacular hexagonal basalt columns looking like a colossal church organ carved by giants. Nearby, the Peninsula juts out into the sea, its magnificent stone arch providing a gateway for the waves and a nesting ground for puffins in the summer. The south coast is a relentless display of nature's artistry, a coastline of raw, dramatic and unforgettable beauty. As we continue our journey east along the southern coast, the landscape begins to change. The presence of Vatnajökull, Europe's largest glacier, becomes ever more dominant. And then we arrive at a place that defies belief, a scene of serene and surreal beauty, Jökulsárlón Glacier Lagoon. Here, the Jökull glacier tongue terminates in a deep lagoon. Massive icebergs, some over 1,000 years old, break off from the glacier's edge in a process known as calving. They then float silently and majestically through the calm, blue waters of the lagoon on their slow, final journey towards the sea. The scene is constantly in flux. The icebergs, in shades of white, brilliant blue, and even streaked with black volcanic ash, drift and turn, sculpted by the water and sun into fantastical shapes. Seals can often be seen swimming between the ice floes or resting on them, their dark heads popping up from the frigid water. The only sounds are the gentle lapping of water, the distant cry of Arctic terns, and the occasional creak, groan, or thunderous crack of an iceberg splitting apart. To sit by the shore or to take a boat tour amongst these icy giants is to witness a slow, silent, and profoundly beautiful procession of time. The journey for these icebergs is not yet over. They drift from the lagoon through a short channel into the waiting maw of the Atlantic Ocean. The waves then push the smaller, crystal-clear fragments of ice back onto the nearby black sand beach. This is Diamond Beach, and the name is no exaggeration. The ice, polished and smoothed by the tumbling surf, glitters against the stark black sand like a scattering of diamonds. Each piece is a unique sculpture of frozen light. To walk this beach, to hold a piece of ancient glacial ice in your hand as the waves crash around it, is to experience one of nature's most exquisite and ephemeral art installations. We now delve deeper into the domain of the ice giant itself, Vatnajökull National Park. This park, one of the largest in Europe, is dominated by the immense ice cap of Vatnajökull, a colossal glacier that covers roughly 8% of Iceland's entire landmass. Beneath this frozen expanse, a world of fire still churns, with several active volcanoes, including some of Iceland's most powerful, lying dormant under the ice. This subglacial volcanism creates a dynamic and ever-changing environment, a place where the forces of fire and ice are in constant dramatic conflict. The Skaftafell region, a verdant oasis nestled at the foot of the glacier, serves as our entry point into this icy world. It is a hiker's paradise, with trails winding through birch forests and over volcanic terrain, all under the watchful gaze of the glacier's edge. One of the most rewarding hikes leads to Svartifoss, the Black Fall. Here, a slender stream of water tumbles over a cliffside of perfectly formed, dark basalt columns resembling the pipes of a great natural organ. It is a stunning example of the geometric beauty that can arise from volcanic processes, a site that has inspired architects and artists alike. But the true heart of the park is the glacier itself. To venture onto its surface is to step into another dimension. Guided glacier hikes allow us to safely explore this world of deep crevasses, towering seracs, and mesmerizing ice formations. The sheer scale is humbling, and in the winter months an even more magical world is revealed: the crystal ice caves. Formed by meltwater flowing beneath the glacier, these caves are a transient wonder. To stand inside one is to be bathed in an ethereal sapphire blue light, filtered through the dense ancient ice. It is a fleeting, unforgettable experience, a journey into the very heart of the glacier. Leaving the icy coast behind, our journey takes us inland into the remote and rugged heart of Iceland, the Highlands. Here we discover Landmannalaugar, a region so surreal and colourful it feels as though, well, we have stepped into a painter's dream. This is a landscape forged in the crucible of volcanic activity, where mountains are not simply grey and brown, but are instead streaked with a fantastic palette of colours. The rhyolite mountains glow with shades of red, pink, orange, green and yellow, a result of the mineral composition and geothermal activity. This is the People's Pools, a name derived from the natural geothermal hot springs that bubble up at the edge of a vast, dark lava field. For centuries, travellers have sought refuge here, soaking their weary bodies in the warm, mineral-rich waters. To bathe in a natural river surrounded by these unbelievably colourful mountains is an experience of pure, unadulterated Icelandic magic. It's a place where the raw power of the earth offers not just spectacle but also comfort and rejuvenation, a sanctuary in the middle of the wilderness. Landmannalaugar is also the starting point for one of the world's most famous trekking routes, the Laugarvegur Trail. This multi-day hike takes adventurers through an ever-changing tapestry of landscapes, from the colourful rhyolite mountains to black volcanic deserts, green valleys and icy glacier crossings. But even for those on a shorter visit, the day hikes here are spectacular. Climbing any of the surrounding peaks, such as Jökulsárlón, the Blue Peak, offers panoramic views that are simply staggering, a 360-degree vista of a world painted by volcanic fire. Landmannalaugar is a testament to the wild, artistic soul of the Icelandic Highlands. As the long days of summer shorten and darkness returns to the Icelandic sky, nature prepares for its most spectacular performance. The aurora borealis, or northern lights, is a phenomenon that has captivated and mystified humanity for millennia. It is not just a light show, it feels like a spiritual awakening, a direct connection to the cosmos. To witness it is to be reminded of our small place in a vast and wondrous universe. The science is fascinating. Charged particles from the sun colliding with atoms in the Earth's atmosphere, but the experience transcends any scientific explanation. Patience is the key to seeing the aurora. It requires clear, dark skies, away from the light pollution of cities, and a healthy dose of solar activity. We venture out into the cold, still night, our eyes scanning the heavens. At first it might appear as a faint, whitish cloud, but then it begins to move, to intensify. Ethereal ribbons of green and sometimes pink and purple begin to unfurl across the expanse of the sky. They ripple and flow like curtains in a celestial breeze, or pulse and surge in a silent, explosive dance. There is no single best location. The lights can appear anywhere in the country. Standing before a frozen waterfall, on a black sand beach, or next to a lonely church, the experience is always unique and deeply personal. The sheer scale and beauty of the display can be overwhelming. All you can do is stand in silent, breathless awe as the heavens ignite above you. It is a profound reminder that some of the greatest wonders of our world are not on the earth, but far, far above it. The Northern Lights are Iceland's gift to the patient observer, a memory that will be seared into the soul forever. Protruding from Iceland's west coast is the Snæfellsnes Peninsula, a place often described as Iceland in miniature. This 90-kilometre stretch of land encapsulates nearly all the diverse and dramatic features that make the country so unique. It is a microcosm of the entire Icelandic experience, a place where one can find glaciers, volcanoes, lava fields, waterfalls, dramatic cliffs, and black sand beaches, all within a short, stunningly scenic drive. It is a land steeped in myth, folklore, and literary fame. The peninsula is dominated by the mystical, ice-capped stratovolcano Snæfellsjökull. This is the volcano made famous by Jules Verne in his novel Journey to the Center of the Earth as the gateway to the planet's core. Even today, the glacier-clad peak possesses a powerful magnetic energy. On a clear day, its white cone seems to float above the landscape, a silent, watchful guardian. The volcano's presence is felt throughout the peninsula, having shaped the very land we now traverse. Our journey around the peninsula reveals a constant succession of wonders. We find Jökulsárlón, the Church Mountain, perhaps Iceland's most photographed peak, its unique conical shape rising majestically next to the charming Jökulsárlonsfoss waterfall. We explore the dramatic coastal cliffs of Arnarstapi, where basalt columns form intricate patterns and a giant stone arch provides a playground for the crashing waves. We walk the black pebble beach of Djúpalónsandur, where the rusted remains of a shipwreck lie scattered, a stark reminder of the sea's unforgiving power. The Snæfellsnes Peninsula is a condensed epic, a powerful and accessible chapter in Iceland's grand story. To venture into the Westfjords is to leave the well-trodden path and enter Iceland's most remote and rugged frontier. This is a region of breathtaking, raw beauty. A land of deep, silent fjords, towering mountains that plunge directly into the sea, and winding, unpaved roads that cling, sometimes a bit precariously, to the cliff edges. The pace of life is slower here, really dictated by the seasons and the sea. It's a place for those who seek solitude, a profound connection with nature, and a glimpse into an older, more traditional Iceland. The journey itself, honestly, is part of the adventure. The roads twist and turn, climbing high over mountain passes before descending into the next fjord, and with each turn a vista more stunning than the last is revealed. The undisputed jewel of the region is Dynjandi, the Thunderer. It's not just a single waterfall, but a magnificent bridal veil of 7 cascades, with the largest at the top, fanning out in a beautiful trapezoidal shape. The sound is immense and the sight, well, simply sublime. To stand at its base and feel the spray on your face is to be truly humbled by its sheer grace and power. The Westfjords are also a haven for wildlife. At Latrebjarg, Europe's westernmost point, we find colossal sea cliffs teeming with millions of seabirds during the summer months. This is, without a doubt, one of the best places on Earth to get remarkably close to puffins. These charming, almost comical birds are surprisingly unafraid of humans here, allowing for intimate observation of their daily lives. Driving the coastal roads, you might spot Arctic foxes darting across the tundra or seals basking on the rocky shores. The Westfjords are not for the faint of heart, but for those who make the journey, the reward is an experience of Iceland at its most wild, untouched, and authentic. In the north of Iceland, we find a landscape that feels actively, even violently alive. The Mývatn region is a geothermal wonderland, a place where the proximity to the mid-Atlantic ridge creates a hotbed of volcanic and geothermal activity. The area is centered around Lake Mývatn itself, a shallow, nutrient-rich lake whose shores are dotted with bizarre and fascinating geological formations. It is a place of constant creation and transformation, a landscape that is both beautiful and, honestly, a bit unsettlingly alien. Our first stop is the Þingvellir geothermal area, a scene straight from a sci-fi movie. Here the Earth vents its internal pressure with dramatic effect. The ground is a barren, colorful mosaic of reds and yellows, stained by sulfurous deposits. Fumaroles hiss, sending plumes of steam into the air, and pools of mud bubble and boil with a thick plopping sound. The potent smell of sulfur hangs heavy in the air, a constant reminder of the immense heat and power churning just beneath your feet. It is a stark, primal landscape that really showcases the raw, untamed energy of the planet. Nearby, the Dimmuborgir lava fields, or dark castles, offer a different kind of strangeness. This labyrinth of towering, twisted lava formations was created when a lava lake drained away, leaving behind these solidified, castle-like structures. To wander through them is to feel like you've entered a mythical, petrified city. For a moment of respite, the Mývatn nature baths offer a northern alternative to the Blue Lagoon, a chance to soak in geothermally heated water while overlooking the stunning lake. And no visit is complete without witnessing the raw power of Gullfoss, Europe's most powerful waterfall by volume, a churning, violent cataract of grey, sediment-rich water that carves its way through a colossal canyon. The Mývatn region is a visceral, unforgettable encounter with the Earth's creative and destructive forces. For our final chapter, we venture into the most remote and inaccessible part of Iceland, the Central Highlands. This is the island's hidden core, a vast uninhabited wilderness of volcanic desert, raw mountains, and glacial rivers. Reaching it requires a formidable 4x4 vehicle and the crossing of unbridged rivers. It is a journey into a landscape so stark and empty that it was used by NASA to train Apollo astronauts for their missions to the moon. This is the true definition of desolation and solitude. Our destination is Askja, a massive volcanic caldera nestled within the Þingvellir mountains. The drive itself is an experience, a slow traverse across endless plains of black sand and volcanic rock. a monochromatic world under a vast sky. Upon reaching the caldera and hiking across its floor, we are met with a breathtaking sight, 2 crater lakes. The larger is Vatn, one of Iceland's deepest lakes, its cold, dark blue water filling the main caldera. It is a place of immense silence and scale, a vast amphitheatre carved by an apocalyptic eruption. Beside it lies a smaller, more intimate marvel, Viti, which means hell. This is an explosion crater containing an opaque geothermal lake of vivid turquoise blue water. Steam often rises from its surface, and the water is warm enough for a surreal, otherworldly swim, should one dare to descend the steep, slippery crater walls. To be here in the heart of this immense caldera, surrounded by the silence of the Highlands, is to feel truly removed from the modern world. It is a humbling, powerful experience, a final testament to Iceland's raw, untamed, and profoundly beautiful volcanic heart. Our journey through this land of fire and ice comes to an end, but the echoes of its power will resonate long after we have departed. Iceland is so much more than a destination on a map. It is a profound and transformative experience. It is a living, breathing entity, a place where you can feel the pulse of the earth beneath your feet and witness the ancient elemental forces that continue to shape our world. Here, beauty is not manicured or gentle. It is wild, raw, and utterly soul-stirring, leaving an indelible mark on all who wander its shores. This island reminds us of a fundamental truth, that we are part of nature, not separate from it. It is a land of infinite possibilities, offering something for every soul. For those who seek adventure, there are glaciers to climb, volcanoes to explore, and trails that lead to the ends of the earth. For those who seek peace, there is the silent majesty of the fjords and the gentle warmth of a geothermal lagoon. For those who seek inspiration, there is the otherworldly light of the aurora and the impossible colors of the painted mountains. And for anyone who simply wishes to reconnect with the natural world in its purest form, Iceland offers that connection in abundance. It is a journey that challenges, inspires, and ultimately changes you. So I extend the invitation once more. Come and chase the thunderous waterfalls as they plunge into ancient canyons. Come and walk upon the ice of a glacier that has witnessed millennia. Come and stand in silent awe as the sky ignites in a dance of celestial light. Let the wild spirit of this island awaken something within you. Discover its landscapes, listen to its stories, and feel its powerful, untamed heart. Discover Iceland, and in doing so, perhaps you will discover something extraordinary about our planet.